NP3. This is Dan. This is my first live stream that I'm doing. Tomorrow afternoon I begin my trek out to Grand Teton for the 2017 solar eclipse. So I want to do some testing of live streaming this evening, and also just give an update about my plans for the coming week, and both in terms of photography and in terms of hopefully doing some live streams from the road before and after the eclipse, to give updates about what my experiences are like, and everything that's going on out in excuse me, out in the Yellowstone Grand Teton area for this once-in-a-lifetime event. So as I said, I'm planning to photograph the eclipse from Grand Teton National Park. So my real goal going in is that you see so many eclipse photos all the time, and you know, real tight shots of the sun and things like that. And so what I'm really aiming for is, it looks like there's some sound. What I'm really aiming for is to find a perspective that's a really strong landscape image, and would be a really strong landscape image if nothing else was going on. But then on top of that, there's this added bonus of a total eclipsed sun in the image. And so that's going to be a little bit challenging just exposure-wise, because it's going to be dark. There's going to be, I would assume, a pretty big value range from the brightest areas along the horizon, where you're still getting sort of dawn-ish light, to a dark sky with stars in it, and then to the landscape in front of me, which is going to be, well, the sun is out, and in terms of that perspective of light, in shadow anyway, because I'll be looking back towards the sun. I don't know exactly how that's going to play in terms of light in the landscape when the total eclipse is going on, and you do have sort of a ring of light around the horizon, and sort of a little bit of ambient light from that. And looking around on the internet, I'm not seeing a ton of images like this. You know, sometimes people take pictures of the eclipse party they're at, or things like that. There's some examples. I'm sure I'm missing it. I'm sure some people have done fantastic work along the lines of what I'm trying to do. But that's really, everything is geared towards getting that landscape shot that also has the eclipsed sun in it. And that eclipsed sun's going to be very small in the image, because I'm thinking I'll probably want to be around, to get a good landscape, a full frame equivalent of 35 millimeters. So even at that focal range, the sun is going to be pretty small in the image, but you still should be able to see the corona and the disk of the moon covering the sun and things like that. So pursuant to that, I'm heading out and staying in Big Sky, Montana. So that's about a 3-hour drive from where I want to park in Grand Teton to see the eclipse. And then, on Monday the 21st, I'm going to plan to leave my hotel around 3 in the morning to drive down to Grand Teton, and hopefully be able to find a spot near the trailhead I want to get to. I'm planning to hike back into Cascade Canyon, and then towards Lake Solitude, somewhere in there. I think that's going to provide a foreground with the canyon, and with Grand Teton and some of the tall peaks in the Tetons in the foreground, and hopefully fill. I mean, it's going to be 11:30 or so when the total eclipse starts, and so because of daylight savings, that's solar 10:30, but clearly by 10:30 the sun's pretty high in the sky. So I do want to use those peaks, one, as representative of the Tetons and to make a good image, but also something to fill up some of that space between the horizon and the eclipsed sun in the sky. So that's going to be, I think, around a 7 or 8 mile hike one way into where I want to go. So I need to start that pretty early, and plus It's going to be the busiest day in the history of the park. I think the crowds are going to be crazy. The forecast so far looks pretty good, partly cloudy, mostly cloudy, so hopefully I won't have any cloud troubles. Hopefully it keeps trending more towards mostly cloudy than partly cloudy. But yeah, so that's really the sort of plan for where I want to get to, and what I'm looking for. I have found some charts for exposures for the sun, and those are really geared more towards the corona itself during total, but I think those will be helpful too. And I also want to have some time, excuse me, to experience it aside from taking photographs. So, I plan to be set up with the camera on a tripod, and lens cap on it to protect the gear, and then have that all lined up, be ready to open up, try to take the first minute or so of a just over 2-minute period of totality to do my photography, have some time, half the time, to actually look at the sun, experience the scene, all the crazy stuff that's supposed to happen during an eclipse. So it's pretty exciting. So again, I start out tomorrow afternoon, head from here in Wisconsin out to the Twin Cities tomorrow night, and then Saturday night in Billings, a couple nights in Big Sky, and then start heading home on Tuesday morning, because Art Street in Green Bay starts Friday. So I need to get home Thursday, get ready, get turned around, get stuff packed up. If I get some prints, hopefully get them ordered from the road on Tuesday morning, so that I can receive those in time to be displaying new eclipse artwork at Art Street in Green Bay coming up in 2 weekends. So lots planned. In terms of the YouTube live stream broadcasts, some of that's obviously going to be dependent on my timing. I don't know, hiking the 7 or 8 miles back out, and then with those huge crowds driving back, what was about a 3-hour drive, the morning of the eclipse. And look, that getting there could be crazy because of traffic. I don't know how early people are going to be starting out. I have to be flexible in my plans for this, but driving back, for sure, it's going to be, Grand Teton and Yellowstone in the summer, if there wasn't an eclipse going on, is super crowded and super slow going getting around. So I think it's going to certainly be that way on Monday. But it also provides me a chance to do some photography and have a look around Yellowstone and Grand Teton too. But anyways, all of that said, that plus the quality of the internet access I have while I'm staying in Big Sky will dictate what I'm able to do. But my plan is to live stream on Saturday night before the eclipse and just update on the trip out there and how that's gone. That probably won't be as long of an update as what I hope to have on Monday, after I get back to the hotel from the eclipse, and hopefully I have some images to share and some stories to tell after that. And then probably I'll do one more once I get back home to Wisconsin after the trip back. So I'll be seeing some things, and that'll be Art Street weekend, and so I'll have the art show experience to talk about too. So I have those kind of three in mind. So again, that's coming up Sunday. Yeah, Sunday when I get into Big Sky. So Sunday evening, a live stream. Monday evening or night, a live stream. And then probably the following weekend, I'll do another wrap-up one. The timing on those is going to depend. I would think I'm going to want to be set up in the hotel on Sunday at a reasonable time. So I'll shoot for a 9 o'clock Mountain Time live stream on Sunday, and then what happens on Monday is just going to depend on how the travel goes and what time I get back. So that'd be 9 o'clock Sunday, 10 o'clock Central, 11 o'clock Eastern. So those are my plans. And so wish me clear skies and good luck and safe travels. And make sure to check back the channel for the live streams. And this video, if all goes well and you can hear me and see it, should post on the YouTube channel. So if you want to leave any questions in the comments, or if you have any tips for me or anything that you'd like to share that way, please feel free to share that in the comments below. Otherwise, I will talk to you live from Big Sky, Montana, hopefully internet access willing, in just a couple of days, and the adventure begins. Thanks for watching, and bye-bye.